Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a movie review tonight. This is the next movie review for a new movie review I wanted to catch up on. I did buy this on DVD actually. This is for Polite Society. I got a chance to check out. I did buy it on DVD just to see if it was going to be interesting to me. And pretty much I'm going to discuss what I watched for this 2023 movie, Polite Society, and let you know my thoughts on it overall. So let's dive into this movie review. Now, basically, the girl Rhea and her sister Lena are pretty much like they are pretty inseparable. They're sisters, and they have a good bond and connection, and just pretty much a good relationship with each other as sister and sister. So basically, what happens is in this movie, Lena gets married off to this guy Salim, and what happens is there are things about him and his mother that only Rhea knows later on in the movie, because she does find out their dark secret and what they're planning and hiding. So there's some weird shit going on with the mother of Salim and Salim himself. So yeah, if you watch this movie, I will say this: the humor in this is pretty good, and I was really surprised with at the beginning of the movie. There was one scene I liked where Lena was trying to draw and paint and all that, and she goes, "Shit, shit, shit." It was just like, that's fucking funny. It's just the way she reacted. Uh, the actress that played Lena. It's just that certain scene kind of made me laugh a bit. And there's some other scenes that were pretty interesting, but the overall movie as a whole, I think it played out in a solid way. And sorry about my yawning, I'm going to be going to bed soon. Pretty much, I think this movie is average. The performances are pretty solid. They're not terrible performances. I was a little surprised with this movie with the action scenes, because there's some pretty good fight scenes, but I wouldn't say the best fight scenes, but they're pretty good in its own way, meaning good in its own way. So it's just the overall storyline. It just got to a point where it kind of dulled out as the movie progressed on, and just it felt like a normal uh, comedy action movie that I think tried a little too hard later on in the movie to be a little funny. It just kind of didn't really simmer with me as the movie progressed on, but I think the story behind it's interesting, and the ending to the movie is pretty cool with how it ends, and in a good way it ends, for a hopeful way with what happens next. But I don't think they're going to do a second one. If they did a second one, then I'd be surprised. But I think overall, in my opinion, Polite Society, the 2023, excuse my yawning, the 2023 movie is an average movie. I wouldn't say my favorite movie this year, but I was a little entertained from time to time. And then there were some sequences in the movie that kind of didn't really connect too well with the overall execution. It just, the first half is pretty strong. I mean, first 10 minutes or so had some pretty interesting moments. It just, there were some sequences that kind of didn't execute too well. Can't think of a particular one, but then the movie kind of dulls out later on as you progress through it, and it just tells the story itself. So, for an overall score for me, I'm giving Polite Society, the 2023 movie, a 7.5 out of 10. Average movie. It's solid. It's not a terrible movie. It's almost a good movie, but I just think the rest of the movie kind of speaks for itself, and in an average way. Meaning, it didn't execute badly, but there are some critiques I have with this movie, with its overall performance, and the execution. So 7.5 out of 10 for Polite Society. Thank you guys for watching this movie review.